Hi, welcome to Survival Skills. So I don't really mean to be doing this. I'm in a kind of a cramped space and I can't really move around much. I wanted to show you the progress on the gold farm. And then also we are working on, I knew that was going to happen. A wither skeleton farm. So this is going to be Logical Geek Boy. And why didn't I bring any fire resistance potions? Maybe I did. So let's see here. I don't have any fire resistance potions. Don't really need them because we're going to go up onto the roof. So we're going to do, this is a crossroads right here. And we're going to do, I think, a 21 by 21 platform here. This is the center of it. And then we're going to do a quick and easy, quote, easy wither skeleton farm. And then later on we can add some dogs just to make it AFKable. So I think the design we're going to use looks very much like Logical Geek Boy's design, where he uses the dogs. And but this design is nice because you don't need wither roses for it. However, we do have to find a way to get a piglin over here. Fortunately, there is nether waste not too far from here, so we can probably figure out a way to get a piglin over here. And that's all it takes. But we'll talk about that more later. Let's go up on the roof so I can show you the gold farm. And I know that was a kind of a clunky introduction, but that's the way it goes. I'm not going to reshoot it. One take, right? So let's do a home to, this is going to be the poor man gold farm. So this just takes me right up to the top of the farm, and I showed you this, showed this in the last video as we were just starting it. And or not starting it, but Thebe was in the middle of building it, so he's got it finished off now. So we've got a place for the zombified pigmen to run, make a more direct path over to here and then down the ramp. And we do lose some down onto the nether ceiling because they think they can walk across those trapdoors right there. But you know, there are so many that we don't care. It doesn't make any difference. And it can actually go down there. I guess it's less than 128 blocks away because they're going splat at the bottom, and I can walk down there and pick up the XP if I want to. Don't really need to. But the main thing here is that you see this piglin right here. He's not really directed off, but he's active enough that he will run off the edge. He will path over to here and follow down. So it keeps this clear of those guys. So mostly zombie pigmen up here, and if we aggravate one, you know, they're all going to come. And then all we have to do is stand down here. They're going to fall in right there. And there's a crusher minecart in there that I've shown how to build this farm in other videos. But this is the Poor Man's Gold Farm version 2 if you want to know exactly how to build this thing. Or you can look, well, that's probably the best way to do it, because in that video the guy shows how to do this catch area right here. So we usually just follow his video on how to do this area with the crusher minecarts and all that. Easier than trying to remember it. Now I just thought of something. I want to put a button here because this is a full block, and I'm just like that. I like to take care of the details. So let's grab one button and go back. And I don't want any spawning here, so like that. So we won't have any spawning. So I can stand here and they will try and get me. And let's see, I think they're probably still mad. See, they're going to come and try and get me. And they're going to fall down into the minecart and they're going to get crushed. And then the XP is going to come out the bottom. I'm really trying. See how it's coming out the bottom there from the minecart, and it just floats over to here where we're standing, and we pick it up. So it's really good for, you can see I've got 86. I'm at 86 right now, 86 XP. When they die in the crusher minecart, this hopper here just catches, like if anything pops out of the cart, you know, over to here, it'll get pulled through this slab by this hopper and then fed into this hopper. This hopper here, and the minecart's sitting directly on top of this hopper. So this hopper here feeds down into a dropper. This is our timer for the dropper, just back-to-back observers that are clicking this dropper, and anything that comes into this dropper then is going to get spit down into this cobweb. See the stuff going through the dropper into this cobweb, and the reason we do this is because it kills all the momentum. So these things will not drift. They will drop all the way to the floor. They'll drop exactly down where we want them to. Now you'll see guys falling off to the side there because they're trying to path to me. And you know, this is so productive that we don't care. You know, it's okay if a few of them fall off. You'll see in a second why we don't care about this onesie twosie stuff out here. I don't know how some of these guys seem to survive. These must be some pretty tough pigmen to fall that far and not just go splat. Let's see, we've got a lot of XP out here if we wanted to run around and get it. I'm not going to go get it all, but we could. So we can always come down here for what little XP that we would get. Really not worth it. And then so the stuff drops from the cobweb up there right down into, I believe it's into this dropper here, straight down into this dropper. So it doesn't drift at all. So that's why we use the cobweb. And then it gets fed into this filter setup here. And it looks like we are keeping some zombie flesh. Now it's set up, I think, for overflow. So this, yeah, this is set up so that if that chest is full, that zombie flesh chest, this one, if this is full, then it'll just pass on by and it'll go into this dropper over here, which just spits everything into the flame and disposes of it. So the swords and any extra zombie flesh will go into there. They'll get burnt up. So we're just keeping bullion, because sometimes they'll drop a bullion, and we're keeping nuggets because they drop lots of nuggets. So these we'll have to just craft up into bullion and store wherever we want. So these are the blocks that we've made so far. We've only been running this for like maybe, I think Thebe did an AFK session here for several hours, and this is what we've got so far. So we could easily make beacons now out of gold blocks. So they're really good for that, for doing beacons. So that's where we're at with the gold farm. It's working pretty good, and I like, it's a nice clean design. I need to put some carpets here, I think. Carpet, so that we don't have any gas. Well, I don't know if gas can spawn on top of chests though. Maybe not. Probably not an issue. Any exposed blocks though, like this, could be a potential spawn point for gas. Not a huge deal. But if you don't want gas flying around in your on the ceiling near your farm, any solid blocks, they don't spawn on glass, but any solid blocks like this, put something on there to keep the gas from spawning on there. I was wondering why that guy had not hit on me yet. weird. I guess, oh, he was looking at that gold sword. That's a good way to catch those, catch them, by the way. If you want to like make a pigman trading thing, you just throw something gold in front of them and they'll stop to pick it up and examine it. Or if they're chasing you and maybe you're cornered and you need a second, if you can toss gold bullion or gold sword or any kind of gold item in front of them, they'll stop to examine it, and while they're examining it, then you can give them a whack. So that's how we get them into the enclosure when we do the pigman trading halls. So you just toss a gold item in there, and they'll go in there to get it, and then you just lock them in. So doing good on gold now. And so we got 2 gold farms. We got the one I showed you before, which was very early game, super easy to make. Nothing's, it's just easy to make, so we could get golden apples, so we could cure villagers. And now we got, the mega gold farm that will give us, gold we need for just about anything like that. And then we can have golden carrots, golden apples, and we can use these blocks here for beacons. So now we're interested in beacons, and that brings me to, first of all, let me grab another button. That brings me to here. Just go back and put this button on here real quick. Like that. So now this is going to be the Logical Geek Boy gold farm, and it just, he's the one that we're using his video as a tutorial, but it's basically, they're all fairly similar. You're going to do a platform out from here, and I think we go out, I think it's 19 in each direction, but I have to go check his video. We're going to make a pad here and then chop all this down, of course. Then we're going to stick a pigman in the middle of it. So the pigman is going to be standing up on top of a block like up here. And the wither skeletons will go after the pigman, and we'll have the trap set up right here, so that they'll walk in, they'll fall in, and they'll drop down here, down there, and that's where the killing area will be, and that's where we'll harvest the skulls. And according to Geek Boy, we can expect to get somewhere in the neighborhood of a stack an hour that way. And then later on we can bring wolves and use the wolves to do the whacking. So we're going to drop the withers far enough that they take damage, so they're like a one hit, and then let the wolves finish them off, and we will get the credit. So all we have to do then is just stand down there, and as the withers drop, the wolves will kill them, and then we will get the XP and we'll get the skulls. So that's what our plan is for this place, and I'll show you as it develops. I'll just show you as it develops. So that there's not a whole lot more to show you here. I've got a lot of buttons here. We're going to use buttons to spawn proof the fortress, I should mention. So we're going to chop out and where we need to, and then we're going to put buttons on every block in the fortress so that there are no spawnable blocks in the fortress here. We chose to build this in basalt delta. Geek Boy says to build it in a soul sand valley or a warped forest, because you don't get a lot of pigmen spawning in those biomes. So we're thinking, well, this is good too, because we're not going to get any pigmen spawning here either. So we do have a there's one. Maybe he came from like across the way there. So there is a nether waste biome over in that direction. So that is within spawning distance of here, but it's quite a long ways away. If we need to, we can go lay some buttons over there or do something to spawn proof the part that's within the 128 block radius of, of here, roughly here. Okay, but I'm not going to worry about it. I think once we, we're not going to worry about it until we get the fortress spawn proofed and let the farm run a little bit and see what kind of rates we get. If we're not getting good rates, then, or if we want to improve it, then we can go out. We'll measure out how far 128 block radius is from here out into that nether waste biome, and we'll go spawn proof the area, the part of that biome that lies within that 128 block radius. So that's the quick overview of what we're up to. So we've got the awesome firearms now. So it seems like we have somewhat of a commitment to this this world. Let me tell you what. Let me do a back to base here, and let's just go on out here. This would be a better place to close. So I've still got my alt over here. Let's go check on the iron, and then we'll sign off from over there. So KT is over here, AFKing for iron. So if you can afford an alt, it's a wonderful thing. So he just hangs out here to keep this chunk loaded, and see, we're doing quite well. We've got almost a filling up this chest, and we used all of our iron before to build that gold farm, and now we're back to like where we got stacks and stacks of iron blocks. So more iron than we really can use. That's all I wanted to show you today. Just thought I would check in with you and show you what we're up to, show you the progress on the gold farm, and what we're going to do next. We still haven't been to the end. We'll eventually get there, but so far we haven't really needed to go there. We don't really care that much about elytra right now. We thought about getting elytra so we could fly around in the nether and go find like the perfect fortress, but we want to build that wither farm. So we're going to put off the dragon slaying and elytra hunts for later on. And there's some more building to do around here. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'm trying to find a good place to get a shot so I can wave goodbye. Goodbye.